Morning, Diane. Trying to talk myself out of getting out of bed. Well, trying to talk myself into getting out of bed. I think the rat is back. Or a new one has taken its place downstairs. And someone called earlier, but I couldn't be bothered to walk over to the dresser to grab my phone. Don't think I've slept this late since college. Sheesh, it's almost 11. Oh, crap. That was probably Coop. Crap. We were talking about him coming over this weekend since he had some work thing come up last weekend and the bonfire was a bust. Everything is still in the pit, ready to go. A little soggy now, but... Oh, just a sec. Oh. Alright. Shoot. Ring. Voicemail, of course. Just got your message, Coop. Marcus is over a bit early in the morning, isn't he? And no worries about this weekend. Pass my condolences on to Grace for me and give some belly scratches for the pups. Yeah, I guess this weekend is a bust all around. Actually, first potential client had to put off the article series by a few months, and now... It's back. I gotta go, Coop. Love you too, brah. And it's clear that the universe hates me. While I'm here... Call them back. Hi, is this the Hartford Post Office? Yeah? Oh, great. Yeah, hi, this is Rachel Bardin. I just moved into 9781 West Mountain Meadow Road. Yeah, just up the ways. Quick question. Maybe you can't answer it, but do you guys ever... This sounded better in my head. Do you guys ever put up mailboxes? Yeah, I figured they'd be the one to call. Thanks. I suppose you couldn't happen to tell me about the blue one next to mine. You individually have probably never seen it, but last person I talked to wasn't sure. My mail carrier wasn't sure. It doesn't have a number. It's just hand-painted blue with little white flowers. It fell down a little while ago, and I left it there. But I have found some letters of mine in it. I did call a couple of weeks ago, but no one really got back to me. Alright. Thanks for your time. I'll give the landlord a call. I am the landlord. Alright, Diane. Just you and me again. Just in case something happens, I want it to be known that today, as of 11:32 a.m., the mailbox is back. I'm going out to investigate it with my trusty bat. Thank you, Mom. And thank you, Diane, who is here for posterity, I guess. Deep, meaningful companionship here in the southwest of nowhere, maybe. If I die and you're listening to this, I love you, and Mom and Cooper and Jessica and little Liam, and I suppose even Andy. Please give them hugs for me. Gosh, it doesn't look like it's been tampered with at all. even the chunk I knocked off last week when I was unscrewing it is gone. Or, I mean, honestly, it doesn't look like it ever fell off to begin with. No chipped paint. It looks, well, not quite new as the day I moved in. Like, it's never looked new, but it looks exactly the same. Hold on. There's a small post-it note in the front. Dear Resident R-128, please be aware tampering with mail delivery services is a critical offense. This is your first and only warning. What? No signature. It's really old looking. Yellow lined paper. I can't believe it has any sticky on the back. And just typed. Like typewriter. What? Huh. Wow, 3? Thanks! I hate it! All at once, it seems. This sucks. Okay, no. Setting boundaries. Alright. Alright. You know what? I'm not gonna tamper with it anymore. I'm not even gonna touch it anymore. I don't care. Oh, crap. I'm gonna be late, Diane. I made plans to visit Rosa again this afternoon for tea. We're going to compare muffin recipes. Ugh. Well, maybe. She has pretty severe memory problems, and I worry that she can't always tell the difference between her dreams and reality. When I asked about anything weird going on around here, she started going on about this blue person who shows up in her kitchen late at night sometimes and then vanishes. But she's funny and lonely, I think. She likes to tell stories about growing up in San Francisco in the 60s. Let's see. Where'd my wallet go? Hello. Just making some verbal notes while I keep managing to misplace my sketchbooks. Rosa gave me a bunch of ideas for the back garden space while I was over there. Also, super kindly offered me some part-time work later in the spring working on her flower beds if I was interested. I think I'll be interested. Despite that one pushback, I did just hear from that lifestyle blog, like I just got the email, and I have at least one article lined up with them, and I'm waiting to hear back from a couple of other magazines I pitched ideas to. Anyways, Rosa loved the idea of planting a fig tree for Dad. She was adamant about planting it away from the house. As apparently if they don't get pruned properly, like every couple of years at least, they can turn into, and I quote, quite the eldritch terror. And, well, I do not know how to prune anything. Luckily, this means I can put it closer to the fire pit, and it will probably get more sun there, too. I mean, I only have about 30 feet to the tree line, and then if I shuffle some vegetable growing beds closer to the house, yeah, I can still have some space for other cut flowers and more sprawling squash and things in the far corner. Ooh. Might have to dig up the hellebore, though. That just started blooming. It's really pretty. But yeah, it still gives me more time to lay down do that. Oh, what is it? The sandwich composting stuff with the cardboard and the newspaper and the compost and the manure. I don't know where I'm gonna get that. What the? Ooh. That's a lot of texts. It's never a good sign. Let's see. Oh, come on. Suppose I should thank him for the warning. you for that, Coop. Screams. No. Margot talked me through this. I have to verbalize about how I feel. Apparently, Cooper ran into Kelly earlier in town, and she seemed very concerned, it's another quote, when she heard about my big move, leaving the city. He said he did ask her not to reach out, but, I mean, we know how stubborn she is. I mean, I haven't talked to her since she cut ties, and I don't know anyone else from our friend group who is still talking to her either, as it hurts. It still really hurts. I mean, to go from starting to float the idea of marriage around, only to be told not 2 months later, hey, I've met someone and I'm moving out this weekend. Like, who even does that? Oh, shoot, I needed that. Someone who is clearly not worth my time. I mean, I want to talk to her. I love talking to her. She's clever and witty and funny and just made me tear up my garden plants. And I know if she actually calls, like Coop says she might, I'm not going to be able to not pick up. And shouldn't run from my problems, and I don't even like running from my problems, but I'm gonna go for a walk and happen to forget my phone inside. Yeah, that's it. Two calls from Kelly. 2? It's only been it hasn't even been 2 hours. And about 10 texts from her and other people about it, and it looks like Cooper told everyone in the group chat about it. And, well, one voicemail from the mechanics. Brian got my car running. Or, well, less got my car running and more, it started just working again. And he was kind enough to even offer to pick me up on his way in one of these mornings. Apparently he lives just another, 4 miles up the road outside of town. And that actually made my day. I'm not gonna lie. I was starting to get worried that I'd have to find a rental to get back to Olympia for Dad's birthday. Can't believe it's been 15 years already. But, yeah, hopefully it stays working the next 2 weeks. I do have some old stuff in storage at Mom's that I really want to bring back, and it'd be nice to be able to just spend a long weekend there, not have to pay money for 3 or 4 days having a car. But, yeah, I've got time to figure that all out. I've got my new bucket of paint waiting for me. Amber at Ace dropped it off a couple of days ago, which was super nice. She's also had car problems before, and it's just so nice. And yeah, I've got paint to do, and I've got a little bit of writing work lined up, and I know it's not a lot, but it's these little things that are important and just nice and grounding, and yeah, Margot should be pleased. This is getting easier. I mean, even if our video chats aren't, but it's getting better. How the heck are you, my lovely listeners? This is Sabrina in audio life if you're listening, and Sabrina, all caps, if you're reading the script. A big, gross, ugly, crying thank you for tuning into this 4th episode of Letters to Georgia, my wee little bi-monthly podcast concerning the curious contents of a traitorous butthole blue mailbox. If you are interested in updates, please follow us on Instagram at starroomstudio. That's at star.room.studio. Our landing center for this series and some other little creative bits and bobs of mine, your host and letter reader. You can also find mostly accurate scripts and, more excitingly, free downloadable coloring pages to accompany each episode on the website at www.sabrinalucille.com. And a new thing, well, kind of new. If you'd like to support this podcast, I don't have a Patreon, but there is a little Ko-Fi set up where you can send some caffeine my way at www.ko-fi.com/SabrinaLucille. That's www.ko-fi.com/Sabrina Lucille, all one word, for that sweet, actually kind of bitter, I like my coffee strong fuel. There will also be links in the description if you're like me and have the audio memory of a goldfish. And again, thank you for tuning in, and I hope you join us for next week's episode. Toodles!